Hey everyone, today I'm trying to make a snack that is very popular, especially in Taiwan and in Shanghai. Today I'm making scallion pancakes, and I'm going to show you 3 tips on how to make the best scallion pancakes. Okay, so scallion pancakes, not a lot of ingredients involved. I need 500 grams of all-purpose flour, and I need 75 grams of cake flour, plus 1.5 teaspoons of salt. For making measurements, I highly recommend getting a digital scale, and it's a lot better than using these dry measuring cups, because these types of recipes are very weight specific, so you should have the most accurate measurements. That's why I highly recommend getting a digital scale. Okay, and to this flour we add 1 cup of boiling water. So what does the hot boiling water do? I can't remember offhand. I guess I can call my old baking instructor, but I almost burned down the kitchen one time, so I don't think they'll return my call. You know, people kind of frown upon that kind of stuff, you know. And I'm gonna scrape the side of the bowl too. You want to get all the flour incorporated into this mix as much as you can, so you don't throw, so that you don't throw off the ingredients. Okay, so now it looks like this. I only mixed it for about, I don't know, 2 minutes. So right now I'm going to throw in 2/3 cups of just room temperature water. And once the room temperature water is mixed in, I can get in with my hands. And here's a warning: when you mix this with your hand, right, use only one hand. One hand dirty, one hand clean. Okay, trust me. Because this is a very sticky dough, and it's not that easy to clean the sticky dough off of your hand. And I prefer using my hands because it's going to help speed this up a lot. And as you can see, it's starting to form into a lump of mass instead of sticking all over the bowl. Okay, so now that my dough is in one large, easy, workable clump, I'm going to move this over to my work counter. It only took me like 3 minutes to get it to this point, so it's very fast, right? I'm just going to lightly dust a clean work surface. Pick up as much loose flour as I can off of my mixing bowl. So right now I'm just going to gently knead this dough to form it a little bit better. Just like that, nice and easy, slow as you go. So this dough is not sticky at all. You use your palm, just roll it around, push, roll it around, and push, roll it around, and push. All the action comes from my palms, okay? And I know you're probably all wondering, hey Wally, can you give a good massage? Yes, I can. You can hire me for like office parties or retirement parties. I prefer retirement parties because they tip very well. Okay, so this is finished. I kneaded this for about 2 minutes gently. So I'm going to use the same bowl, put just a little bit of oil on the bottom, take your dough, move it around, flip the dough, and get the top part too. Flip it back down, give it a nice little love tap. Cover this up with plastic. And then tell this baby that you see it tomorrow, because first biggest tip for making the best scallion pancake is to refrigerate your dough overnight so that the gluins have time to form. Plus, tomorrow it'll be a lot easier for you to roll it out. But luckily, I have a time machine, so okay, so I'm just gonna let my dough sit here and let it come up to temperature, because right now it is time to make the scallion paste. So right here I have a 60-gram stalk of scallion. I might use more. So at home you can use more if you wish as well. Now your scallions could look very different than my scallions, and that's because in different countries they're called different things. You can also use spring onions. So whatever you have, just use it and don't worry too much about it. And just save a tablespoon because I'm going to use this to add to the dipping sauce. And right here is 68 grams of all-purpose flour. This is 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to drop in my scallions. And right here I have half a cup of hot oil. Get ready for some sizzle. Now what I did here is called bao heng di chong. What that translates to is release the flavor of the scallions. So you've ended up with a very tasty scallion paste. Okay, so now it's time to roll out the dough. Okay, so the total weight of this is 900 grams. I'm going to divide this up into 6. So this is going to be about 150 grams each. As you can see, this dough is nice and stretchy and very, very easy to work with. So that's why it is highly recommended to refrigerate your dough overnight. All right, and here comes the fun part. Just roll your dough out into a rectangle. Or rectangle-ish. You should see me try and draw a straight line. Now you do want to spread a thin layer, because if you put on too much of this scallion oil paste, it's gonna burst out and make a big mess. But because this oil has been flavored with the scallion, you don't need to put too much. And just roll it up. Okay, now on to my second tip for making the best scallion pancakes. So you notice that your favorite scallion pancake shop has very flaky texture to the scallion pancake. So what they do in order to create that flaky layer is they would twist it. So it's actually just an appearance of flakiness. Just twist it as far as it can go, but not until it's at a breaking point. And then you twist it around on top, and this piece goes under. And there you go. And later, I'm just going to flatten this out, but first I'm gonna let it rest. You don't have to worry too much, when you're twisting, you don't have to worry too much about puncturing it, because this dough is actually quite durable. Okay, just twist it around, hook one end on the bottom, and hook one end on top, like that. There you go. And I just made dog turd. Okay, and just let these rest for about 20 minutes. It's time to start cooking. So I'm gonna take one piece with the tips of my fingers, just plop it down, and I'm just going to make it into a round shape with my fingers. And what this will do is help create the layers of flakiness. So I have my trusty tape measure here. This is 6 inches or about 15 centimeters, and that's what I need, and that's perfect. All right, so right now I'm gonna show you exactly how long I cook my scallion pancakes. So for the first side, I like to cook it for about 2 to 3 minutes. And I just added a little bit of oil inside the pan because there's plenty of oil inside the scallion pancake. But truth be told, the reason why those scallion pancakes in Shanghai or Taiwan are so good is because they add tons and tons of oil. At home, we try and be a little bit more, health conscious. But, restaurants, I'm not saying that they're bad, but they want to turn a profit and keep you coming back. So that's why one of the reasons why those scallion pancakes that you buy at your favorite restaurant taste so good is because, well, they add a lot of oil. So it's about 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna flip my pancake and I'm gonna cook the other side for 2 minutes with a cover. This cover will help steam the inside of the scallion pancake. All right, 2 minutes are up. I'm gonna flip it to the other side. There it goes. Okay, now here's a third and final tip on how to make the best scallion pancakes at home. Now I learned this trick while I was over in Taiwan, in Taipei. What they do is they would use like some spatulas and they would just rough it up. They would just beat it up like this, put it on the side, and just sort of fluff it up. And as you can see already, look, my scallion pancake is separating into layers. Look at it, check that out. Check that out. Awesome, right? And here it is, scallion pancakes. Check that out. Look at that. Look how flaky it is. And ow, it's hot. It's flaky, oh, it's hot. And I'm gonna taste it. I tell you, that scallion oil is the key to flavoring this. It's gonna even taste better with my sauce. Here's a tablespoon of chili oil, about a tablespoon of vinegar, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1/4 teaspoon of pure sesame oil, teaspoon of sugar, and just mix it up. Take out my bougie looking plate, and just put your dipping sauce on the side. Check that out. All right. And there it is, these layers, these nice little fluffy layers. I'm gonna dip it in my sauce. Oh. It's slightly undercooked, but it is still delicious and still edible, which gives a nice little chewy taste and texture. I've made a lot of scallion pancake recipes before, and I can tell you one thing. It's hard to screw up scallion pancakes. Just follow my 3 big tips. Number 1, keep your dough inside your fridge overnight. Number 2, what's number 2? Twist up the dough so that you have a nice flaky texture like this. And number 3 is just get like 2 spatulas and just beat it up on all sides, which also helps you create nice little layers. Alright everybody, thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the very first time, please do subscribe. I make videos about once every week or so. And to all my current subscribers, thank you very much. You guys are the best. I thank you for your support, and I hope to see you all again next time. Take care and goodbye.